Hello everybody! Today we are going to be making my cookies that I have labeled Mad as a March Hare cookies because you would be mad as a March Hare not to like them and not to eat as many as you possibly can. So as we start, just got a few of the ingredients that we need. First, we're going to be using some all-purpose flour, also some baking soda, a little bit of cornstarch, some salt, some unsalted butter. With the butter, we are going to be melting it prior to mixing it into our cookies. So make sure you have a pot ready to melt it up too. After it's melted, prior to adding it to your cookies, cool it down a little bit. You don't want to be adding scalding butter to your ingredients. We're also going to be using some brown sugar. You can use either light brown or dark brown, either one's fine. And we're going to be using some granulated sugar, your white sugar. Now the trick to a really good cookie recipe is to have more brown sugar than white sugar. So you'll see in the recipe that there's a little bit more of the brown than the white with these. We're going to have 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. Make sure that they are being served at room temperature. We've also got some vanilla extract. I like to use pure vanilla extract rather than the instant flavoring or whatever baloney that they sell on the shelves with it. You want some really good stuff. And then the chips that we're going to be adding to this, we're going to be adding 1 cup of peanut butter chips and 1 cup of butterscotch chips. And with that, let's go ahead and start making these awesome cookies. All right, let's go ahead and get to work. First, we're going to mix our dry ingredients in this bowl right here. So we're going to mix our flour, our salt, our baking soda, and our cornstarch. Those are all our dry ingredients there. Just whisk them together really good. All right, we'll just set that aside for now. All right, now I'm going to be using my KitchenAid for the wet ingredients, but you can whisk everything together in a bowl if you don't have one. So first I'm going to get our butter and pour it in very slowly. And just get that thing started, just mixing very, very slowly. Start to add your other ingredients for this part. So I'll start with the brown sugar. Turn that speed up just a hair. Move on to our granulated sugar. You want this mixed well enough that there are no lumps in the brown sugar. If your brown sugar is fresh enough, you shouldn't have a problem because it won't have that tendency to clump together yet. All right, then our egg and our egg yolk. As you can see, this is actually a very, very smooth mixture here. Most cookies you'd have it pretty creamy. This is quite moist the way it comes out like this. And then lastly, once that's mixed really good, add your vanilla. All right, you can see that mixture is very, very smooth, no clumps, nothing like that. It's gonna almost be syrupy at the texture that we have it. So now we're gonna mix our dry ingredients in with our wet ingredients. So what I'll do is, over a little bit, there we go. Again, if you don't have an electric mixer or anything like that, or a KitchenAid, you can do all of this by hand. Just the mixer tends to make the process go a lot faster. And start this off very slowly so you don't have a floury mess. And you want these ingredients mixed really, really well. Just keep checking the consistency. As it gets mixed a little bit better, you can speed up a little bit more. All right, here comes the fun part. Let me slow this back down again. Just gradually add your chips here. So I've gone ahead and put a cup of each type of chips in this one bowl. So we've got both the peanut butter and the butterscotch in here. You want everything just mixed really, really well. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to move everything into a separate bowl. All right, so get a good spatula. Any really good cookie recipe like this that involves, like a chocolate chip cookie or any kind that involves melted butter or anything like that, it's a good idea to chill these for a significant amount of time, like overnight or something like that, before you bake them. Keep in mind we've added some melted butter to this, and so this dough is quite warm. And if you were to throw this in the oven right now, you'd just have these flat, really crunchy, dry cookies. So what we're going to do is chill this for a significant amount of time. That way, when you bake them, the cookies stay intact, and all of that really chewy, buttery stuff inside is going to remain intact. So we'll throw these in the refrigerator for about 8 hours, and then we'll go ahead and bake them. Okay, it has been 8 hours. So I've gone ahead and removed our dough from the refrigerator. I've got one ball here that I've started to make. You want them to be about 3 tablespoons in size. Now while I'm doing this, I'm preheating my oven to 325 degrees. I've got a cookie sheet that I've put some of the parchment paper down on. I also sometimes will use a baking stone for my cookies. Either way should work. And we're just going to lay out a bunch of cookie dough out here. in preparation to bake these things. These smell great already, and they're not even baked. You will have people in your home happy with you as you're doing this. The dough is quite firm, so you're going to want to have a good sturdy spoon as you roll these up. One good rule of thumb is to have these dough balls higher than they are wide. They are going to be flattening out pretty considerably in the oven, so make sure you're ready to have some cookies with substance to them. So I've got all of them rolled into balls on my cookie sheet, so we will go ahead and put them in our preheated oven, again at 325 for 12 to 13 minutes. So the cookies will look a little bit underbaked when you're done. They will continue to bake on the cookie sheet, so allow them to cook for about 10 minutes before transferring them to a plate. Okay, my timer just went off. Let me pull these things out of the oven. The house smells wonderful. All right, those look great. So we're going to go ahead and set a timer for 10 minutes and let them cool. And after that, they're ready to go, guys. These are wonderful cookies. They're great to share with the family. Everybody's crazy about them. Like I said, if you don't like them, you are mad as a March hare. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next time.